Hey guys, it's Marshall Tingle with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside Report for this past week, the week of October 15th through the 21st. So here's what's going on in the cattle market this past week. We had a peak, and then the boards decided it's going to do some funny things on us. So that's what's going on there. Now, as far as numbers wise are good. We sold 20,968 head of cattle. If you compare that to this time last week, it's going to be up about 1,500 to 2,000 head. If you compare it to this time last year, though, you're within just a few hundred head. So I'm going to call it pretty much steady as far as your runs are concerned. Now, the cattle market, like I said, here's what's happened. We took a really good rise on the first half of the week. Then anticipation of this cattle on feed report came out. Then the board started getting funny, and then it started dropping and started dropping hard. So, but don't be, if you marketed your cattle this past week, it's not that bad of a deal. Now, here's what's going on with them. So we're going to call your lightweight, your feeder steers. Feeder steers are going to be stated to $3 higher. Some instances sharply higher. Now, as far as your feeder heifers are concerned, feeder heifers are going to be kind of uneven. So you had some instances of $2 to $3 higher, some instances of $2 to $3 lower. Now, as far as your yearlings, we sold some really, really strong sets of yearlings. I mean, some top dollar yearlings in the front half of the week before this board got crazy. Now, as far as your heifers, heifer loads are going to be right there about unevenly steady as they were. But like I said, some of these 8-weight cattle that traded this past early half of the week really did rock the boat. Now, what about your lightweight cattle? So like I said, your lightweight steers going to be up just a little bit. Your 4-weight steer cattle, I'm going to call them 265 to 275. I'll give you a dime spread on them. They topped at 292.5. Your 5-weight steer cattle, about 250 is what I'm going to call an average on those. You're starting to see a little bit more selectivity on those 5 weights. They topped off at 290, so still not too bad of a trade and a tight gap as far as your top end dollar-wise per pound on these 4 and 5 weight steer cattle. But check out these loads. Like I said, we sold some really, really strong loads the front half of the week before this board started getting all crazy. So here's a big string of 187 head of black steers, average 821 pounds on the average at 252.30. So that's way over the CME feeder cattle index for just about all of this week and for quite some time, to be honest with you. Here's another set of them, just a hair heavier, 47 head of black steers, 835 pounds on average, 245 is what they were worth, and that's getting you right closer to that CME feeder cattle average. Now, here's another set close out with your heavy eights. Here's 58 head of black steers, 883 pounds on the average, 241.50. So still staying competitive with your CME, adding the weight, adding the trucking, adding the distance. That's still pretty competitive. Now, like I said, this board did kind of fall out on us, for lack of better words, on the back half of the week. That's where you saw your change from Monday, Tuesday, some of Wednesday, really, really strong. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's when your drop came. So that being said, you still had a whole lot of these 8-weight steer cattle being traded somewhere in that 230, 235, all the way up to 238 on some lightweight steers on the back half of the week. So that just kind of gives you a difference of what's going on with the board first half of the week versus the last half of the week. And it's kind of trickled down into your CME feeder cattle index. So let's talk about that real fast. So starting off the week, Monday the 16th, 246.83 was your CME feeder cattle index. It actually topped on Tuesday at 247.10. Then we started seeing the drop on these cattle and reflecting into your cash price. Now, Wednesday the 18th, 244.83, so not too bad of a drop. Thursday the 19th, 243.99, so there's a drop there. And then we closed out the week, the 20th, at 243.56. So like I said, that's what's going on. Now, what are we seeing this week coming up as far as Monday is concerned, and what little bit of Tuesday that I can see? It's kind of back a little bit, to be honest with you guys. Now, is it going to hopefully puke and rally, for lack of better words? I hope it does. But to start off the week, it was back just a hair. But if you have any questions on this, there's no better time than right now to invest in an LRP policy. You see how volatile this market is. There's no better time to protect your interest in with an LRP policy than right now. So call the guys. Call Ian Thomas at 859-613-2453 or call Adam Shoemaker at 859-338-4116. Check them out on the web, www.superioragins.com. As always, thank you so much. Talk to you soon.